once you get to the point in your life where you have found something that you want to dedicate your whole time, everything about yourself, once you finally find that one thing that you can fully dedicate yourself to, and it's not the traditional 9 to 5, you are going to be completely misunderstood by everybody, okay? Like whenever I found, okay, 4 years ago, let's start at the beginning, okay? Let's go 4 years ago. Whenever I was a freshman in high school, I was a big follower of Andrew Tate. I've already told the story on my videos, but I was a big follower of Andrew Tate. I love him. I still love him to this day. I still follow him, sort of, not as much as I used to. Anyways, I was a big fan, and what I wanted to do was I was so inspired from him that I wanted to join his Hustlers University. I'm sure you guys have heard of that, the Hustlers University, the school that he started. So anyways, whenever I actually wanted to join, I would go ask my mom because I had never joined an online business before. I wasn't sure what it was all about. I just knew that he was teaching young men how to actually make money, to make more than their teachers, and like escape the matrix. Okay, that was his motto. And like I said, I didn't really know much about it, and it was my first time digging into an online business. I just know that I wanted to make the money, right? So I go to my mom and my dad, and I say, hey, I want to join this university. And what they said was, first of all, they didn't support it. They didn't like it because they had this limiting belief, and they installed this into me right as the moment they said this. And they said, if you ever were to go talk to your financial advisor about starting an online course or joining an online course to make money, to whatever, they say it's the worst decision ever. And right there, and then I was thinking two things. First of all, it was the limiting belief. It was exactly what they just said, and I started to believe what they said because I was so young. My mind wasn't trained yet and conditioned to stick to my own beliefs. I was too young. So that was a limiting belief that I held for the next 4 years, was that online businesses were a scam, online courses were a scam, and that it is a really dumb decision. But then the other side of me, which is the thought I should have entertained more, was the fact that if my financial advisor would tell me that that's a dumb decision, that joining a course to supposedly make money, even which is obviously you see a lot of people do nowadays, which obviously shows that it's not a scam in the first place. But besides the point, if my financial advisor were to tell me that it's a scam, how is my financial advisor living? Okay, how does he know that much? Okay, if he knows that much, if he knows truly what will get you rich, which is not an online course in his opinion, why is he not rich? Okay, why is he not driving around in a Lamborghini and a Bugatti like Andrew Tate is? Okay, and I know that sounds like kind of cringe, but why is my financial advisor not making the money that I see these guys are making? Okay, it's dumb. It's stupid. Okay, do not listen to them. Nobody. I'm telling you guys, nobody is gonna understand you. Nobody's gonna understand your thought process, because as I continued to develop, to watch more videos about and learn more about, my mind, how my mind works, and to learn, just to take a deeper dive into online business, because it's not like my my interest with online businesses stopped there. Okay, like I said, there was that part of me that was still interested, that still wanted to know. So as I continued to learn more and to grow, I I started to learn that, there were more people out there doing online businesses than there were ever. Okay, there were people starting agencies. You could see the results of people making actual money. Okay, and once I realized that it's truly, like, it's not a scam, not everything. I mean, sure, there's some, like, guys, there's some online businesses, there's some courses out there that are scams, okay? And I'm sorry if you have joined one and that is a scam, okay? But you just need to do the right research, find the right course. And of course, that may take time and it's kind of hard, but that's besides the point. Once I realized that people were actually winning because of this, it's like, how are they at 20 years old driving around in BMWs? How are they driving around in Lamborghinis and Corvettes and, all the supercar stuff? How are they doing that and I'm not? Okay, what did they do? I want to learn how they got a Lamborghini at their age. That's all I care about, okay? And that alone made me think it's like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. Because, guys, in the end, nobody is more special than you. Nobody is of higher value than you. Everybody, we are all in the same boat at the end. We breathe the same air. We eat the same food. We're all human. Okay, we're all in the same boat in some aspect of life, which means nobody is of higher importance than the other. Okay, so if you see somebody out there that is making that money, that is achieving their financial and life goals, if you see that person, you can do it as well. Okay, you're not less qualified than they are. Okay, because at the end of the day, the only difference between the person who stayed broke, the person who stayed scared, the person who stayed scared to take action, and then the person who actually took the action and became rich and successful and financially free is that they didn't let anybody stop them. Okay, they realized that the only person stopping them from their own success is their mind. Okay, your mind will be the only villain that will stop you from getting success, but it doesn't have to be, and I can go into that later. But guys, like tying back into the beginning, okay, the caption of the video, I started, fast forward to now. Okay, that was 4 years ago. Like I said, fast forward to now. This I have I have been in high ticket sales. That's what I do now. I do high ticket sales, and I've been in it for around 3 months. Okay, so I finally am living the way that I've always thought I wanted to, was finally to not work a 9 to 5, to go into the online business, to grow on social media, as I have been able to scale my own personal brand on social media to thousands of followers. I'm finally living the way I want to. Okay. And even to this day, okay, nobody understands. I went, like, today, this exact day, for example, I am home alone right now. Okay. I still live with my parents. I am home alone right now because my whole family decided to go to, they want to go have a family day. Okay. Out on the river or the pond. Okay. Where they had a boat and they were, swimming and whatever. Okay. And I'm back here at home. And the reason I didn't want to tell them, because I told them, it's like, hey, I don't want to go. Okay. I don't want to. And they're like, well, Trey, you should spend some family time. It's not like I don't spend quality family time with them. Of course I do. Okay. They're my parents. They're my family. Of course I spend family time. Okay. I'm not a psycho, but there's an aspect about distancing yourself, kind of cutting yourself off in a way that will lead to your success. And you will hear this as a recurring theme in every person's success. Okay, they had to distance themselves from people from time to time, more times than most, to actually focus and to get the task done that needed to get done. Okay, and once I told my parents, it's like, no, I don't want to go. They were just like, what? Why are you not going to go? And I couldn't explain it to them. Okay, because they don't understand. That is why the title is You Will Be So Misunderstood About Your Own Success. Nobody is going to understand why you want to stay home, why you don't want to go hang out with your friends, why you don't want to go do these fun activities with people. Is because my mind, ever since I have started online business, once I realized that everything is up to me in my own mind and my own self, if I make $40,000 a month or not. Once I realized that, gosh, how do I put this? That the only person stopping me was myself, I was all in. Okay. I was all in on my success. Okay. And I told myself, I'm not going to let anybody stop me. Okay. And I'm not there at my goals yet. Okay. It's still in the works right now. But in my mind, I would rather sit here, okay, home alone, being completely within my own skin, okay, not having any distractions around me, so that I could retain my focus. I could film, okay, because I like to film for social media, okay. So I would just sit here and I'd put up shots, okay? Putting up shots, I mean filming content, okay? I would sit here, stay at home, film content, learn more about what actually creates good content, what makes good content, and also learn more about my high ticket sales, okay? Just learn, okay? Put in the hours, put in the work, okay? And it's not hard work at all, guys. It's not hard work. But that is what I wanted to do. Who's going to understand that? Nobody. Nobody is going to understand why you want to stay home, why you want to stay home on your computer for 6 consecutive hours to just learn about an online skill or to film content, okay, instead of being out there enjoying your so-called, your teen years with your friends or your family or whatever. It's because once, like I said to guys, once you realize that it's only up to you, it's not up to anybody else, you're going to develop a want and desire for your own success so deeply that you're not going to want to go anywhere, like ever. You just want to constantly be working. You just want to make sure that you are getting better every single day. And whenever I looked on this day and I realized that, hey, if I were to go with them, would I be getting any better? No, I wouldn't be, okay? I'd be spending family time together, and yes, that may be a good thing. You might think that that's a good thing, but to me, getting better means watching something that, helps me improve my mind, okay? Learning about a skill, learning about an online skill, um, um, filming content, okay? Getting better, putting up shots every single day, and you're gonna be so misunderstood. Nobody's gonna wonder, or everybody's gonna wonder why you're at home, so being so invested in your own success to the point where they think you're delusional, which, guys, the whole delusional aspect has just been completely blown out of proportion. You want to make people think you're delusional, but you yourself, it's the truth, okay? Because if you think it's a delusion, what does a delusion mean? A delusion means it's not real, it's fake, and it's never going to happen, okay? So if you think that your success is a delusion, that means you think that your success is fake, okay? It's not going to happen. That's not what you want to think. You want to think it's a truth, and you want to think it's the truth so badly that other people think you're delusional. That's what the actual term for delusion about your own success means. Now, back to what I was talking about. You're not going to be understood. Okay? No, everybody's going to wonder why you're going to sit at home, in your basement, in your room, whatever, learning, investing 10 plus hours a day into an online skill. Is because you simply want it that bad. Okay? And I think until you have reached that point where you realize that you need to sacrifice time with other people to ensure your own success, I don't think you're going to make it, okay? Because if you are sacrificing, that means you want it that bad, okay? And you'll also realize that everybody who has said something negatively about you, who has criticized you, and who has misunderstood you, every single one of them is right. They're right about you until you make it, okay? Everyone is right about you until you make it, okay? Every stereotype, every thought, every feeling, and gossip towards you, it was all correct, all right, until you make it, okay? So, if you watch the end of this video, realize and be prepared if you are looking to go into an online business and escape the traditional 9 to 5 rat race, you're going to be misunderstood. Nobody's going to understand your mind, your mindset, why you want what you want so bad. But that's where the action comes in. That's what fuels your action, is that people don't understand you, but they will. And maybe they might not ever, but you will have the action taken and proof to show them that you were serious and that you truly meant every single word and thought that you said. So, appreciate you watching this video. God loves you, God bless you, and I will see you guys in the next one.